Right, I'm going to try and do this uncut and just talk and explain myself. So, very soon, or now is out, I've got a production called Rambles Moments. And basically, it's the best way to put this. So last year I was meant to do a showreel. I had an idea for a showreel, then I had a different idea for the showreel. And like every couple of years you're meant to bring out a new fresh showreel to show you film stuff. Now, a couple of years ago I made a showreel, 10 years ago I made a showreel called Creed. It was never really given a name. Basically what had happened was I met a band called Storm 66, and in developing to want to do their music video, I took their song Creed, put it with a lot of my footage, and I edited it to the beat. This is my stuff, this is my kind of filming to show them, and it was all cut to the beat. And then I got the job to do the music video. We did Adrenaline Surge, and then we did Frontline. We had this massive big industrial factory. It was all, I think originally it was it a truck blasting? We filmed twice in there because we filmed Red Mist a couple of years later. But anyway, it was in a big old car factory thing with shot blasting and all that. It was black dust everywhere. I wasn't the most popular with the crew and the band because at the last couple of days everyone had like black snots coming out of them. Anyway, what we did was we filmed Adrenaline Surge and we filmed Creed, Frontline. And then we had enough tapes, footage and battery life left on cameras and stuff. And we filmed 2 takes, 4 angles of Creed. In the same location as Frontline was. So after I'd done the music videos of them, and Adrenaline Surge is very different to Frontline, because Frontline had less takes and stuff, but a slower pace song. I took the elements of Creed and I made a showreel, and just went crazy with it, you know, trying to take the song was very adrenaline. And it was cool, you know, it made sense, you know, I shot the music video, I've edited the music video, it's like my footage, this is me. So that showreel went out there, then a couple of years had gone by and Killing the Boredom was made, and Frontline became the intro to Killing the Boredom. Killing the Boredom has still not been released. Never get involved with third party. Anyway, in between Killing the Boredom and This Is Just Life, the new showreel sort of really came out of nowhere. I was like, when I was making This Is Just Life, it was like, right, done all the footage and everyone needs to be interviewed. I can't do anything because I need to interview that person. So I would interview that person finally, then slot it into like 24 different episodes. Then I would wait, and then I would like, right, need to catch up with that person. Some people cancelled and rescheduled and stuff like that. So I found myself with some time now and again, or gridlocked. I couldn't edit anything because you would take someone's interview and you get, right, can't edit that until that person's interviewed. You would work on stages. Anyway, a pipe dream edit. Now I don't normally edit anything with third-party content. I've had a great time to work with a lot of bands and have a lot of music available to us just to use willy-nilly. When I just, I need the music track there, like, cool. But I normally don't edit because, again, it's not my copyright. YouTube's going to flag it, you know what I mean? I don't want a YouTube strike or anything like that kind of stuff. So I was like, right, okay. And a song that I love in a band that I'm a massive fan of, Therapy, Trigger Inside, a song from Troublegum. Always inspired, liked the song, loved the riff, loved the build-up, loved the pace, loved the third act almost, where I just couldn't get that. The editing side took over. And it was something I toyed around for a couple of times, and then I found a lot of time to do it. So basically, I took the song, and it started to go somewhere. I found a groove. I really liked it. And instead of having Therapy, I used the bands. And then I used clips and elements of my own life. How I, you know, experienced the song in my time. Loads of stuff in that. Then I obviously emailed the band, and the band said yes, I could use the song, and I was absolutely over the moon with it. Heart was going. I originally started off with the Bram Stoker song, dun, 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 dun. One of the reasons for using the music, or we used the music, is I had to change the intro. because I couldn't get the rights to the Bram Stoker's thing. And then that was my showreel. Trigger Inside came out, and came out in between Killing the Boredom and This Is Just Life, and it was designed as well to showcase what This Is Just Life was going to be like, as also Killing the Boredom. So, you know, it was also to show me editing. So that was a weird showreel. It was me editing something I love, but obviously it was also trying to sell Killing the Boredom and This Is Just Life. Bouncing. Now, a couple of years after that, my life changed dramatically. There's a lot of stuff went on in my personal life, and after a brutal year, I sat down and I heard a song from the past, and there's a band I've worked with before called Drill, and Scott Michael Cowgan, who's in Laconia and also now doing his own stuff, he's the singer, along with Jeff, and Jeff has obviously made his name from being in Venom. And Drill, when this first picked up, they used a lot of my footage I'd filmed live and samples from Laconia stuff to make like their music video, and Drill was short-lived, but I got to film them anyway. And a song that I wrote originally called Farewell Goodbye, Goodbye Farewell, one of the ways around, Farewell and Goodbye, yeah. I really loved that song. It was one of my favourite songs. I think they only did the 3 songs, I might have been the 4 development. I loved that anyway. And I was like, alright, and I heard it, and at that moment in my life it really inspired us. I mean, there was a lot of stuff happening in my life. The way I always describe that era of my life is I was a passenger in a car going around a roundabout in hell. I couldn't get out the car, and then finally got out, and like hell and the devil and tricks, it was like, ooh, deja vu, oop, there's another roundabout, and then you go back down for another lap. And, you know, I eventually got out in the way. I found myself, you know, really inspired, and this song really inspired us. And I created what I named it, Change for the Better. Because Farewell Goodbye was a bit morbid, like, ooh, might send the wrong message out. So this Change for the Better showreel came out, and it got a lot of mixed reactions. I got a lot of random messages, and I'm very grateful, from people I haven't seen for years, you know, people who've watched it. And even now I watch it and go, okay, I can probably see where, you know, it was, you know, how I was feeling. And I wanted to take the old footage that had been filmed on all the cameras, and I wanted to showcase that I've nearly got 20 years of my life on camera. So I would revisit places in UHD and try and capture the shot I wanted the shot, and show change, dramatic change as well, from the footage to now, and utilise. At first I wasn't going to utilise the archive so much, and at the time Michael Galley was living with us, and he had seen this develop, and he was a big influence to put the old stuff in, because I was sort of maybe going down quite a dark path on it. Utilised the footage of Drill that I'd filmed, also stuff of Scott, so I was able to put the band in, but I also showcased the other bands, and like from the music videos, there was a section about just about the music videos, and a little bit later on there was a best of the live clips, and then there was best of Veteran FA, but also I was trying to send a message across, and then I was trying to be arty-farty, and I was trying to be me in a way. And a showreel's always meant to be 2 things. 1, send out there, go, that's me, that's what I can do. To me personally, it's also, as well as, it's also a way to go watch that and just remind myself, and challenge myself, and look back and give myself some kind of like happiness in a way. And Change for the Better does that, and every time I watch it, it's got like different elements. There's so much hidden within that video, and there's so many things that coincidentally years later I'm watching and go, I didn't even plan to do that, or I was in it at some point that, wow, you know, it's like there's so much stuff in that. And that's been my showreel for ages. Now, I was trying to develop it, a new one, and I'll talk honestly about this. I mean, it's a case of like, right, okay, next showreel, right, yeah, okay, I'll do one next year. And I was like, well, I should really do one, because I mean, one of the greatest criticisms or like feedback I got was from Oliver Harper, and Oliver was like, right, it's good, but what are you trying to do with it? And again, it's perfect as me to go, right, well, hang on, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, because it's like, what is it? It's me filming, it's me as a person, it's me editing. It just boom, it's like, hiya, right in your face. And he got a good criticism. It's like, what am I trying to do? Am I trying to show that I film stuff, I'm trying to show I edit stuff, and like at the time as well, with Change for the Better, I wasn't really so open in front of the camera as well, like hosting kind of things, so that really wasn't an element. But it was great feedback. But every time I watch it, I just keep right now. You say a showreel, right? That's me. It's unique. It's different. It's me. It's arty-farty. It's got elements all over the place. I'll stick with that. And then I was getting right. I need a new showreel. And then Dope was going to be the song for the next showreel. And through the twists and turns of life, you know, and it was going to be Life. Now, it's an old song by Dope, even though I did have access to probably use one of the newer songs off the newer album, like Drug Music or something like that. Like a newer song off the newer album. The album's down there, actually, the vinyl. The song Life was like, yeah, that's like, again, it was a therapy vibe. That's a band I've liked from years ago, and he's now the ability, like the chance to do something with that song, you know, and edit it. And I started to develop it. There was a lot of footage filmed in my old house when I was moving out, when the house was completely stripped, and that was the concept of the video. Change, time passing, do you know what I mean? Empty house. I did a lot of like posing shots, walking around empty house, flickering lights and stuff like that, just bare. A lot of memories in the house and stuff like that. The song was quite a good paced song. It would have been heavy, it would have been fast paced. And when I put the song on the edit and I put that house footage in, I put that in first just to space it out a bit. I sat back and I was like, see, when the song went drill back in then, I'd filmed myself reacting to the song with headphones on, which stayed within the video. So when I was making the video, I was always able to write, what am I going to put there? I'll just put me, listen to the song, then I'll think of something and put it in, but I can build the timeline of the music video. With Dope, I just stalled. I stalled for a couple of reasons. One, I felt a bit of pressure, like, of showing, like, this American band, like, oh, who's this guy, whatever, kind of stuff. And then also, like, I wasn't, at that time, prepared to revisit the past again. Because you would just be taking, like, elements of Trigger Inside and elements of Change for the Better, putting it in and creating a new vibe. And it probably would have brought more of the hosting side in. Because one of the ideas for a while was just to use me hosting, how me editing rooms changed dramatically and all that kind of stuff, from it being built and younger footage and stuff like that. And it was there for a while, and you know, I mean, it's something I probably will regret in the future for not pursuing a bit more, but it was there. That was on the table. When that idea started to fizzle out, I was going to use one of Mitch's new songs, but then I was getting, right, I'm not sure what to do then. And then I was sitting down one night, and 2 seconds, have a drink of coffee. I was like, right, again, what Oliver said, what are you trying to do? And this is where Moments really, that is the complete origin story of Moments. Because all of a sudden it's 10 years, and obviously I wake up and I look on Facebook and I've got loads of notifications, and the Stomp showreel had reached 10 years, and a few people from the band and my friends had reposted it, and it's one of those ones what was uploaded on Facebook back in the day, and loads of people were commenting on it, liking and stuff, and I was like, bloody hell, I might as well not, I didn't need to make a new showreel. Everyone was like happy with that, and I was just like, whoa, that's really old. It's all trimmed down the sides and stuff, but let's give it a go. I don't need to make a showreel now. But no, basically what had happened was, there's that many bands I've filmed over the years, all these different locations and venues and stuff like that, that I've been revisiting some of these footages some nights when I've been waiting for stuff to render and transfer. It's been my new thing, maybe it's the last 6 months, coming up to a year, where I was like, right, I filmed that gig, I've never watched that track, I've never watched that song, what is it? And one what caught us really off guard was Mitch Laddie's Move On Over, and it was from the CD launch in the Clooney 2, and I really liked that song, and I really liked the style I'd filmed it in, you know, slow pace, and because I filmed the Mitch Laddie band that much and know them so well, and the characters they kind of are, you normally get a good flow and obviously I'll know the song, and I'll try to get the cues right and be able to like move around, keep the focus and stuff like that. And I like that. And then I was getting, right, I like that. I kept it on the desktop. And then Random Hand, seen that, and I've got some great times with Random Hand that night because I went with my brother Sam from New Zealand, Chris Hunter, fucking legend. Messages, he was, oh, do you want to come see Random Hand? I've got a spare ticket. No, sorry mate, I'm spending time. Your brother, he's from New Zealand. Alright, 20 minutes later, phone rings. I've got your brother a ticket as well. So me and Sam went down, and Sam loves his music, and he's from Motueka in New Zealand. We went to the Think Tank, and Think Tank's like amazing. There's loads of elements of films, all photocopied and printed all over the place, and glows like a motherfucker with the light system they got. And it was to meet In Evil Hour the first time before I did their music video. So it was a case of like, there's In Evil Hour, but Random Hand were awesome, and the footage came out really well. So all of a sudden I've got this file on my computer, and it's these two clips. I was like, maybe I could do a half an hour reel of just live bands. And that's where the idea came from. So I started thinking of stuff, what bands I liked, and then I was like, oh, what about that band, what about this band? And then I was just, my head started busting, like, I was like, should that band be in it? Well, that band should be in it. You think that band be in it? And they're like, oh, hang on, wait, I need some rules. I need some rules for this, because I'll just end up a fucking idea tossed away and forgotten about, like the footage originally. So Mitch, Remember the Time, he did Down the Road at the Grey Horse acoustic. Loved that, found some use for that. Thought that's great for the end, so I was like, got that in, and I was like, oh, and I was like, right, okay. And I thought, oh, that band will come in. Okay. And then what it did was, basically, my rule was one band, one song, and then one venue, one band. So at no point would the venue repeat. So basically it came down to like, right, Find an Albert, Ashes of Iron, Tombstone Crow, Mitch Laddie Band played at Steph's. There's a few other ones in there. And I was like, right, Ashes of Iron are going in because Ashes of Iron to the Lonely Tree theme song. And I love the smoke coming up there, and I love the lights, and I was like, I'm really close for it. I was like, right, Ashes of Iron goes in, Find an Albert goes to volume 2. That was my rule. So like Random Hand and In Evil Hour, you think In Evil Hour would go in, but the Random Hand footage came out better than the In Evil Hour footage. So Random Hand went in. I was like, I like this game. So starting it off, I thought the best way to start it would be Joe Ott in Spain, unplugged. Just Joe Ott just sat down next to us, and I turned my camera. I was pretty pissed, I was out in Spain, and I filmed one of the most close, personal guitar performances. Well, that's how I wanted to start. And as a case of just going through the archive and finding clips I like, again sticking with the rule, one location. And I almost got it there, and I didn't have a name. And then I met Blade the Mystic Dragon, who's been helping us out with a few songs. I thought, right, okay, one of his tracks at the start, utilise the old, like the bands that aren't in it and all the band footage, bring that in, drop it in black and white, put some font over it. Used a lot of footage from the Clooney, when the Clooney footage that wasn't released of Mitch CD launch for Another World. Again, this is like, there's a lot, like I think everything in Moments is a full set. It's not just like one song. I used a lot of the behind the scenes footage to start it up. So that's in there. And the music went in, I was faffing along. And In Evil Hour played this year. And I filmed the whole set, and the band approved releasing the whole set, the set, because I liked the footage, and I was like, wow, that's awesome. So I was like, right, In Evil Hour can now go in the production, because I've never filmed in the Globe, and it's weird, because Ink was originally the end, and then In Evil Hour. So Ink's from 2009, and he comes In Evil Hour in 2019, so there's a 10-year jump between the two clips, which I know now, I've told you that, I always found that funny. And then I spent the last 8 weeks now filming Buskers Night with Mitch, and I've met some amazing artists, including Liam Carr. And like Joe Ott, Liam sat down one night and just started busting out Neil Young, and that song just hooked on it. I mean, he was right there, and the camera's quite low, and Liam's voice is tremendous. I was like, right, that can go at the end. And then it was literally, poof, So instead of making a showreel, like 3.5 minutes of just random flashes what you can't see clips of, I've decided to make it half an hour, 55 minutes reel of all the bands, and just showcase some of my live footage. I should upload and just get it out there, but again, I try to pick the best of the best from my personal collection, and you know what I mean, trying to make a little reel more. So this is me showcasing me turning up and go, right, hiya, you alright, I'll film you. I don't know what you're doing. I mean, you could be doing card tricks, you could be doing, filming stuff, you could be wanting us to go. I'm not filming anyone's wedding. I don't like filming weddings. But in case of like, right, okay, it's like, right, we're going to film this car go down the street for Top Gear. I'll be like, okay, I'll watch it. This is where I'll film it from my angle, go to Dutch school. But yeah, that's what this is. What Moments is, it's a celebration, a collection of the best of my live footage of all the bands, all the great times I've had, and also a bit of a showreel kind of thing. Like, okay, I'll just turn up and film it, make some use of it. But yeah, there's hours and hours and hours of live band footage, loads. So there's enough, probably, I'm not lying, there's enough footage probably to make 10 moment videos. But for now, I'm just going to focus on the one. Finding Albert in Mitch Live, The Grey Horse, or in Volume 2. So Volume 2 has started, but it's not like I'm going to chuck it. I'm focusing on Buskers Night as well. So yeah, that's what Moment says. That's why there is no 2019 showreel. I'm enjoying what I'm doing, and that's the most important thing. I've been Stephen Mason. Check out Moments, like the channel, support the channel, give some likes. I don't know what else to say. I'll see you in the outtakes. Well, that was a pretty big rant, wasn't it? I think one of the other ideas I had, I was like, right, I'll rant, and then I was like, no, what I'll do is I'll write it, because I've been writing a lot, and I've been writing like a story and stuff like that. I'm not going to tell you, no spoilers here, but I was like, right, okay, I'll write it, speak it out, and then use my voice. And then Blade, I was going to come by his real name there, Blade, was saying, right, okay, you do that, I'll add a bit of beats in the background kind of stuff. And at one point there's a song called Assassin was going to be used. I think it's an amazing track by Blade. But again, it was a case of like, I don't know where I would go with that. Again, what am I trying to sell myself as? Again, sticking with Oliver's stuff. So that went out the window. There was an idea, I even brought like 3 massive pallets home in my little car. These big industrial pallets, and I even got loads of I knew it wouldn't be that one. Loads of this stuff. Sorry, this stuff. Yeah, I've got rolls and rolls of multiple different colours of this, and what I was going to do is take these pallets, set up both halogen lights, power the light through different colours, and give it that 80s vibe. I even hunted down a fucking smoke machine, and I was going to like, but again, that's the vibe I was getting off this Assassin song, but it's just time, you know what I mean? And then you just go out there now and you just go, alright, I'll just have this, I'll buy this, what's this do? Oh look, you just got a button now, you can change lights. I mean, it's different when you're filming and editing, like, but this idea of this paint thing, that's still there, it's an idea. I could just go, right, who's playing best tonight at the Buskers? I've got an idea for a music video. Turn up to the Buskers night and there's just this elaborate, homemade palette creation, colours. But yeah, hope that's good enough for a showreel. So, what do you get on my channel? Very quickly as an end outtake, I've got a football in my room. It's dangerous. I got this football from the Wicker Man the other day. I went to see the feet of the Wicker Man, the actual Wicker Man from 1972, 71, and I found this washed up against the cliffs. So it's a wicker ball. Right, okay, so I'm a massive film fan. I love just talking about movies now. Like filming bands. I love editing stuff. I love VHS. I like getting a VHS and going, look at this VHS. Look, it's rewound. Look at that, you know. I like going out buying stuff. I love supporting local artists and people who make stuff and go, ooh, I've got a trimmer. I love collecting like old school nostalgia stuff. Started loving me records. At the moment I'm listening to Big Trouble in Little China. So I like doing unboxings. I like buying stuff. I like just creating a mission. What else is on the channel? I like watching loads of films by the same actor and go, yeah, that's good, that's a classic. Oh, that's not a very good film. And like, what the fuck was that? So there's a good debate. The what the fucks. There's retro VHS. There's fast forward reviews, which will be ending soon, I think. Trying to write them, then trying to edit and jump cut and all that. It's just too time consuming. You know. But yeah, wow. I forgot Pinocchio was hanging from the ceiling. Can you even see Pinocchio hanging from the ceiling? He's there next to Spider-Man. No, you can't. Unprofessionally, let's just move the camera, okay? Can you see Pinocchio hanging from the ceiling now? Yeah, I forgot that was even there. Hey, Pinocchio. But I like being inventive. I like being creative. That's the one thing about the channel. Right, this is the very end of my rant. Thanks for watching, liking, subscribing. And you share. Goodbye for now.